Want to know the latest in soccer? Then listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Soccer Podcast. From MLS, the World Cup, and the Premier League, we've got you covered. The latest updates, the hottest matches, and news on the league's top players. It's the Golden State Media Concepts Soccer Podcast.
David Beckham scores the goal to take England all the way to the World Cup finals.
Listen now.
Welcome into the Golden State Media Concepts Soccer Podcast, where we discuss the latest and greatest news in the world of soccer, including the top games and competitions from all around the world and the hottest summer transfers. As always, I'm Ben.
I am Alex. That was some 6-6, just some 6 shooters, man.
Well, I had to do it in homage of my boy Alex, my co-host. He is the king of the 6 shooters, but I decided to throw him a curveball and do them myself.
You know what they call me back in the day?
What is that?
6-shooter Alex.
That's very Captain Obvious there.
They called me Wide Earp.
Wide Earp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's me, man.
Interesting enough.
Ever heard of me?
I mean, I have now. So
there you go.
But before then, no. The legend of Wide Earp was not known to me.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's all right. Well, hey, Ben, guess what ended this weekend?
Unfortunately, I do know what ended this weekend.
Copa America.
Copa America, unfortunately, did end. I'm bummed out now, man.
Well, you still got the Euros. We're in the.
But even that's winding down.
We're in the midst of it, and then you have Olympic soccer.
Yes, true. That is true.
Yeah.
So
and
we're
that's
not far
over,
behind.
We're not far from the Premier League.
Yeah, a couple weeks after.
You're ever loved for some weird reason Arsenal.
My baby, my Premier League. That's my baby.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I like the Premier League.
Okay.
You know I love the international, though.
Yes, definitely international. I think I like the international more because it's not as often, not as common, and you don't really have as many different players going in and out. You have sort of a set lineup a lot of the time. So.
Yes.
But yeah, so Copa America did conclude over the weekend. So in the third place game, we had Colombia against the United States. Colombia coming out on top 1-0 in that game. So Colombia ends up beating the United States twice in the competition. They beat them in the first game of the whole tournament 2-0. Mm-hmm. So
good game, though.
Technically, I guess you could say it's a better result for the United States, but they did not get the win, which is the most important part. So Colombia ended up coming in third. And then we had a rematch of last year's Copa America in Argentina and Chile, which was on Sunday. Alex, did you see the game?
Argentina and Chile, I did indeed. I watched it at my friend's house.
So what were some of your takeaways in the game?
I didn't expect it to end with no score, to be honest.
Okay.
It was a very good, very well played game when it came down to the defensive side of the ball. I was very impressed by both teams with their ability to limit the scoring, of course. I thought Messi really had some shots and we'll get into that a little bit heavier here in a second, but yeah. I really thought he had some chances to score that they played very well on the defensive side there to stop him from doing so. I thought that they handled Lionel Messi pretty well in that game, to say the least.
I agree. While the scoreline might read 0-0, it was a lot more of a competitive game than that. Both teams really had a couple of really, really good chances. In the first half, Gonzalo Higuain of Argentina had a one-on-one with the Chilean goalkeeper Claudio Bravo, and Higuain sort of kind of dribbled around Bravo and then tried to chip him, which he missed. He missed far post.
Missed badly.
I think he should have, obviously hindsight's 2020 when you can look at it now, but I felt like at the time he should have just tried to really power and drill it past Bravo as opposed to try and do something kind of cheeky, kind of fancy there. And it kind of reminded me of the World Cup final when he had a clear one-on-one against Germany, against Manuel Neuer, and Higuain also missed.
Yeah.
So they definitely missed a lot of good chances. Aguero had a shot in extra time that was saved by Bravo. That was an unbelievable save. But definitely the Higuain chance in the first half was their best chance. the game really, really, to me, got out of hand in that first half. I thought the head referee, his name is kind of escaped me. It's like something Lopez. He's a Brazilian ref. He really did not control that game well. Both teams had a guy get sent off in the first half.
That was big for me because I felt like from the point that the first guy was set off, right?
Diaz for Chile.
Argentina was in a very good spot because not only are they many would say is the best team in the world, you're the best team in the world playing one-man advantage on them. So I don't know who it was that got sent off for Argentina.
Marcos Rojo.
You can't let that happen. You're the best team in the world playing a man up.
So it was definitely, in my opinion, it looks, if you slow it down and you look at the play, Rojo didn't even make contact with Arturo Vidal. Is who the challenge was on. He got the ball, he hit the ball. Vidal went down. He kind of got caught under his own foot there. He made it a lot more dramatic than it needed to be. So I guess you could say credit to Arturo Vidal for doing that. He got Marcos Rojo sent off. But Rojo didn't even make any contact with Vidal there. And the referee really let the game get out of hand. He was passing out yellow cards like crazy. The second yellow card on Diaz that got him sent off, I felt like it was an obvious foul, but he should not have gotten sent off for that one. Messi got a yellow for diving in the box. Rojo got the straight red. At one point, I thought they were fighting. And then I actually was tweeting during the game a lot, like I always do.
Like you always do.
But I was tweeting.
Which is okay, man.
I was tweeting, like, I literally said, I feel like another person is going to get sent off before the game ends. And then, bam, that was right when Rojo got sent off. So I was like, well, I mean, I guess I was right here. And he shouldn't have got sent off, but if you look at the challenge, he came in from the back. Vidal made it...
It was pretty physical.
Vidal made it look really, 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 really dirty. And in real time, it looks like it was, oh, my God, that could be a straight red. And that's exactly what happened. But if you slow it down, he really made contact with the ball. So it was really... The referee let it get out of hand, especially in the first half, which is unfortunate because you don't want to see games going like that. The game ended 10-on-10. I think there was something like 9 cards total, which is a lot. That's a lot.
Now you did say too that you don't want to see that and kind of deal like that. My opinion personally is I think if Argentina stayed with the advantage for the rest of the game, I think they win that game. I do. I just think they're such a good team to the point where it's already hard to beat them. They already struggled to score a goal through regular time, and in addition to the extra time they got. I mean, when you're a man down, I just imagine it being almost impossible to beat a team like Argentina.
Right, and I'm not sure if we mentioned already, but Chile did end up winning the game.
Yes, they did.
They won the game in penalties, 4-2. Really, literally deja vu of last year's Copa America Final because Chile versus Argentina.
Other way around.
Chile win it in penalty kicks. The exact same thing happens this year. So more on the game, though. I think what you were saying, a lot of it would definitely have be an advantage for Argentina. It definitely was.
And again, 2020 isn't high. Hindsight is 2020.
I feel like Rojo should not have got sent off, but the bottom line is he did get sent off. So you had that, and then with 10-on-10, I thought at the time it really would favor Argentina because with the more open space, that would give more running room for people like Messi. Di Maria played a lot in that first half, and he got subbed off in the second half. There, he was not very happy. But then Higuain as well, I thought that would favor more of the Argentinian playmakers because they have more as opposed to Chile, but it really did not happen. I feel like the game kind of went back and forth there. No real clean-cut chances. Argentina did have more, but then as the game went to extra time, each team did have a chance there.
They had chances, yeah.
But then in penalty kicks was when things really got heated up.
So I want to say, obviously, of course, penalty kicks is always traumatic. It's great for any...
No matter if you're a fan of either
team,
of these nations or you're a neutral.
For me, being neutral, it was what I wanted to see.
You're on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it go to extra time, I said, okay, I want this to go to penalty kicks because it's just more fun that way. But the biggest story of the penalty kicks would be, of course, that Argentina led off with the wonderkin, the best player in the world, Lionel Messi, to lead off to give them that advantage. 1-0 on the penalty kicks.
Because Arturo Vidal took a penalty for Chile, the first penalty of the penalty shootout, and he actually had it saved by Romero.
Yeah, so great kick.
So Messi could have given them a
Look
lead
at
there.
that good lead, that advantage, and he misses badly over.
Lionel had quite a messy penalty there.
That's 3 shows in a row today, Ben. It's getting ridiculous. These
I've
puns.
been waiting to say that all week.
That's so good.
But, okay, so he
it was a bad
absolutely
shot.
shoots the ball into outer space.
Yeah, some lucky fans got it.
He
though.
hits it. Well, they have to bring it back, but
I mean,
they have. So he
still
shoots
caught
it,
a Messi
He
ball.
shoots it over the bar. He obviously went for the power. He hit it way too hard. Messi instantly after he misses right away is like has his head buried into his shirt there.
You know,
really upset about
something
himself.
went wrong because somebody like that doesn't miss that bad. Something happened with the kick. Whether he got a cleat stuck, he just got under it, whatever it was. He that's something you don't expect.
And he
him.
had Bravo going the wrong way. So
Yeah.
I think
He had him beat
I think
100%.
Messi kicked it to Bravo's left side. Bravo dove to the right.
Yep.
So had Messi have not hit it over the bar, he would have scored because Bravo was not nearly in the right region to even stop the shot. So, but yeah, Messi misses. So then it's after one penalty kick, it's nothing still. So then it went back and forth. It was 2-2. Then Chile scored, make it 3-2. And then I was watching. I don't remember who it was, but the guy for Argentina to try and make it 3-2 there. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure who it was, but he looked really, really nervous when he was going up there to try and take the free kick. Like I was like, wow, this guy looks really nervous.
Okay.
Lo and behold, Bravo saves it.
Yeah.
So then Chile has
a good
chance.
save too.
Yeah. So then Chile have a chance to win the game by scoring their next penalty, which they do. So Chile wins it back-to-back years. It's the first time they've ever done it. Their second championship ever in the Copa America. So back-to-back years. That's quite an impressive stat line for Chile. Some quick hitters about awards as far as they go. So Alexis Sanchez, a player I love, he plays for Arsenal, which is my favorite club, as you mentioned, Alex. He wins the Golden Ball Award, which is for basically like the MVP. So the best player. Eduardo Vargas, also of Chile, he wins the Golden Boot, which is the most goals scored. He ended up having 6 goals.
In the tournament.
In the tournament, 4 of which were against Mexico, and then he scored a couple against Paraguay, I believe. And then the Golden Glove Award, which is to the best goalkeeper. Chile round out the awards, and Claudio Bravo wins that. I would have given it to David Ospina of Colombia, and not being biased because he has an Arsenal keeper, but I think he really saved them in a number of games. That game against Peru, the quarterfinal there, without Ospina, they're not even winning that game in regular time and in the penalty kick because they went to penalties there. So I would have given it to Ospina, but anyways, Bravo had a great tournament as well. So they round out the awards here, but the big storyline is Argentina for a 3rd summer in a row. We had the World Cup 2014, Copa America last year, Copa America this year, losing in the finals of the tournament. Lionel Messi, he's 0-4 now in finals. He hasn't won a senior award with Argentina. So what does Messi do after the game? He goes, this is in Spanish, so you have to kind of translate it. But he goes, I've tried in the finals 4 times now. I can't get it done. We haven't won. I'm going to retire from international football, which means he's not going to play for the Argentinian national team anymore. What do you think about that? Like, what is your thoughts on that?
I mean, first, it just reminds me that there's so many national players that are retiring right now. You have him. You have multiple people.
And he's still young. He just turned 29 a couple days before this tournament, before the final game.
Yeah.
Some of these other guys, like Ibrahimovic, you mentioned last week, he's like 34 years old. So.
Yeah, but you have guys like Ibrahimovic, and then possibly a good chunk of what makes the Argentinian team so good are looking at retiring from the senior circuit there. So I think, in my opinion, I feel like he could keep doing it. Obviously, like you said, he's young. He's 29 years old. I don't know, man. It's I would like to see him keep playing. You like to see the real greats play as many formats as you can, whether that be in the league or an international player, so on and so forth. But I want him to keep going. So I don't know if he changes his mind. I understand the disappointment, though. I really do. I get that. And I get that not winning can be, it can take a toll. So I hope he comes back. I do.
So first off, when I heard this, of course, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
But secondly, I thought, wow, he's kind of taking like the coward's way out here. Like I kind of compare it to the Bills when they were in 4 straight Super Bowls. I mean, you don't see like Jim Kelly. Oh, I'm going to retire now. Like,
well, Jim Kelly was in the prime of his career, but that was the only place he could play. Soccer's
right.
different.
He's just taking a quit from international
yeah,
play.
he
But
still
that's
has.
the one.
He still has.
That's the one
the
milestone.
best team in the world.
That's the one milestone that Messi has yet to accomplish. He's won La Liga titles. He's won Champions League titles with Barcelona. That's not an issue. The problem is that he hasn't gotten anything done with Argentina. So I think Messi saying, "Oh, I've tried 4 times now and I can't win. I'm just going to stop playing." I think that's really taking the coward's way out. It's not just on Messi. He did miss the penalty, which people are going to look to, but Higuain had a clean-cut chance in the first half that he should have scored on. Some other shots got saved. It's not just Messi and 10 other guys. Argentina are the number 1 ranked team in the world currently, not just because of Messi. So everyone turns to Messi. I don't think that's very fair, first off. But as far as Messi is concerned, I think he's going to take the coward's way out here. Like, I'm just going to quit. Like, I can't win. Like, I'm going to take the high road and just never try ever again with Argentina. I just think that's not right. Also, I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't think he'll stay away.
You honestly think Messi's not going to be at the World Cup in 2 years?
I think he'll be there.
I think he somehow says, like, I've had some consideration with it. I've had some thoughts. I'm going to change my mind. I'm still going to play. I don't see how he misses the World Cup in 2 years. I don't believe it. So I think Messi will be back, and I think he's taken, really the coward's way out by saying, "Oh, I'm done playing." So,
okay.
And others are also contemplating retiring as well. I know Sergio Aguero said he's going to be thinking about it, who's another striker for Argentina. So
yeah.
I don't believe it. I think he'll be back.
Okay. Well, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk Euro news. Pretty much the 2 segments we have for you guys today. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. You guys don't go anywhere.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Fastest hands in the Southwest.
Gotta have those 6-shooters in there.
Fastest hands in the Southwest. All right, we're back here at the Golden State Media Concept Sports Podcast. Soccer Podcast. So we're going to shoot it to the Euros.
I like how you did that.
Thank you.
I like how you did
Soccer,
that.
guns, I'm all over the place. I thought, you can't have all the fun with the pun.
You thought I'm doing all the puns.
You can't have all the pun fun.
You're stepping up to the plate and converting yourself.
No, you're right, man. That was a little bit of a messy change. Anyway, so we're going to move into the Euros. So we are set with the quarterfinals at the 2016 Euro Championship games. So pretty much we have, obviously, the quarterfinals are set. We have Poland and Portugal. We have Germany playing Italy. We're going to move down here to the Dream Team, Iceland playing France, the Cinderella story of this tournament. Iceland playing the home team of nation of France, and then Belgium and Wales. So we have those 4 teams, of course, playing through the quarterfinals. We have the first games being Friday, July 1st is going to be the Wales-Belgium game. You move to Saturday, July 2nd for Germany. The actually first game is going to be this Thursday, as a matter of fact, Poland and Portugal.
Yes.
And then you're going to end it off, of course, on Sunday, France, Iceland. So and I'm a little sad here. I was looking at these, and I got the dates wrong, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Wake up early. I have that day off. I'm going to watch the Germany game." No,
I think that's the best quarterfinal matchup.
I'm not going to be able to watch it, man.
I'm sorry, bud.
I know. I'm going up to Shasta Lake. I got no TV.
You'll have to watch it on your phone or something.
There's not a lot of service.
That's true. You're in the mountains, so
yeah. I'm so bummed, man.
Sorry.
But it's okay. Like, I'm gonna have fun. Believe me, I'm not saying like I wish I was home to watch that. Yeah. So yes, obviously I'm looking most forward to the Germany-Italy game. But we start, like I said, Poland, Portugal. Excuse me, I'm struggling there. Where do you see that game? How do you see this going for them?
Really, I think this game, in my opinion, is really a toss-up. I look at both these teams as sort of struggled in the tournament. I'd say more so Portugal have struggled, but then they went back in the round of 16 and they beat Croatia. They get a 1-0 win. Ricardo Quaresma scores just before penalty kicks. They win 1-0. He scores in the 118th minute. So just before penalty kicks would have happened. So Quaresma and Portugal, I think that's a big surprise beating Croatia. I really liked Croatia to even get to the semifinals because they will be playing Poland, who came out on top in penalty kicks against Switzerland. Zerdan Shaqiri has by far the goal of the tournament. Did you see that? He had
It was
that
beautiful.
I was watching that live. So he hits a bicycle kick from about 20 yards out in maybe like the 80 to 82nd minute to tie the game 1-1. Then they go to penalty kicks, and Poland end up coming out on top. So I think that Portugal have the advantage here because I think they just have really a better team. When I look at this game, I look at really the one star in each team: Poland, Robert Lewandowski; Portugal, Ronaldo, obviously. But I think the supporting cast for Portugal is really better. Nani's had a pretty good tournament for Portugal. I think they're a better team right now than Poland, but I see it going either way. I think if Poland are going to win, they need to get something out of Lewandowski. He struggled in this tournament. He doesn't even have a goal. They need to get him going if they're going to beat Portugal here.
Okay, and I agree with you there, for one. So then we move to the next game in the tournament, and that's going to be the Wales-Belgium game on Friday. So Wales has been pretty impressive so far through this tournament,
definitely.
you could
Very
say,
impressive.
and Belgium in a sense as well. So what do you need to see from these teams to get out of here and move on to the semifinals with a win?
So in this game, they're actually going to play the winner of the Portugal-Poland game, which I think is obviously the easier side of the bracket.
That's how I tied in. You like that?
Yes. So I think that's the easier side of the bracket. You look at the winner of Germany and Italy, you have to play the winner of France and Iceland. And then Spain, who was eliminated by Italy, that could have been another tough game for Germany. But we'll talk to them a little later. So
We'll talk to them later.
So Wales and Wales and Belgium. I think Belgium are definitely the better side. Belgium struggled in their opening game against Italy. They lost 2-0, but since then they have been skyrocketing. Everything's going great for them. They just won on Sunday over Hungary. They won 4-0. They beat Ireland 3-0. They had a 1-0 win over Sweden. So they're really flying high since that Italy game. I think Belgium is going to beat Wales. Wales kind of reminds me of a bigger Iceland here, kind of the Cinderella underdog team. They won on their round of 16 game there against Northern Ireland. So I think that Belgium's definitely the better team, though. I think Belgium should have handled business. Eden Hazard has had a great tournament. He and Kevin De Bruyne, who's also Belgian, they each have 3 assists in this tournament, which leads them. So Belgium is really flying high right now. I expect them to beat Wales, and then I really expect them to beat the winner of whomever comes out between Portugal and Poland. I'd say Belgium are in the finals, in my opinion. They're definitely playing great.
Okay, so that did lead me to my next question. Do you have Belgium against for the semifinals?
I'd say Belgium, Portugal, and Belgium winning, but I could really see that Poland-Portugal game going either way. I think it really depends on which of the big stars plays better. I think Ronaldo is a better player, but I think Lewandowski means more to that team because the supporting cast is not as good for Poland as it is for Portugal. But I'd say Portugal wins. I'd say Belgium beats Wales, and I'd say Belgium would beat Portugal or Poland, really.
Okay. So moving on to my favorite matchup of the quarterfinals. We have Germany-Italy playing on Saturday. What do you need to see from each of these teams to move on, and who do you think will be moving on?
So this is by far, hands down, the best quarterfinal matchup. This is really a dream matchup. Unfortunate news for you, Alex.
Yes.
Germany have never beaten Italy.
I was just going to remind me that I can't watch the game.
So in 8, unfortunate news for you, Alex, you can't watch the game.
Thanks, man.
But in 8 matchups, Italy are 4 wins and 4 draws against Germany.
Yes.
So they have never lost to the German team.
The German.
They've never lost to the Germans.
Yes.
This game, I would not be shocked if it goes 0-0.
Okay.
Or even 1-1 penalty kicks. Maybe a 1-0. I don't see either of these teams scoring more than 2 goals. If it's a 2-1 game, I'd say that's really surprising.
Okay.
Italy have probably, and really Germany. Germany haven't even given up a goal yet.
Yes.
Italy and Germany, I think, have the 2 best defenses in this tournament remaining. Germany played absolutely outstanding in their round of 16 game. They won 3-0. All, over Slovakia. They were really dominating that game. They could have even had more than 3. Mesut Ozil, unfortunately, did miss a penalty. Yeah. We're not going to talk about that.
It's okay.
But, this is, in my opinion, this is a toss-up.
Okay.
I think 1 goal would mean everything. I think Germany are a better team, so I'm going to go with the Germans. I think Mario Gomez has really played good when he's given the chance, so I think he'll start in that central forward role.
Okay.
Julian Draxler played great in their last game on the left side there. I'd say Germany maybe just by a little bit. These 2 teams have great defenses. I would not be surprised if we have 0-0 in PKs. So.
Okay. And then we move to France, the host nation, and the Cinderella team, Iceland.
So, Iceland.
Yes.
Yesterday, they beat England 2-1. Maybe the biggest upset in recent times of United football history.
I have something to pose to you real quick.
What's that?
What if somehow it ends up Iceland, Portugal? After Messi said after Ronaldo said all those stupid comments after their game.
Oh, man. That would be hilarious. That'd be a great storyline.
And then Iceland
I'd say the chances of that is...
very slim.
Slim. I'd say none.
Yeah.
But, there is always a chance. So,
So I'm sorry, moving back to this matchup.
Iceland, the 2-1 win over England yesterday, Roy Hodgson, the England manager, did you see that? He resigned after the game?
Yes, he did.
Did you see how he did it, though?
He had a prepared letter and everything.
He did it 19 minutes after the game.
Yeah. He
read a statement.
Like you and I said, it looked like no matter what, unless they won, he was looking to be ready to retire.
Did he have this going into the game? Like,
just in his sock pocket. His sock.
So Hodgson's contract was up after the Euros, and he was making the most of any national team manager in the world. So he's making like $4.5 million a year. And he was still contemplating whether they're going to bring back him or not. After I saw him lost, I'm saying, okay, I would not be shocked if the FA fire him, the Football Association fire him, which is like the head of the English Football Committee. I would not be surprised if they fire him.
What was that?
But then Hodgson.
Why is that?
Oh, well, he's really just disappointed. 2 years ago they didn't get out of the group stage in the World Cup. He's really struggled with them in Euros in 2012 as well. I would not be surprised if he's gone. He has not really done well for them in the last couple tournaments.
Okay.
So I'm like, wow, I would not be surprised if they fire him. And then I read like, oh, he quit. I think, well, he resigned. I don't know if where you want to put it, but so he resigns. I think he really resigned so they couldn't fire him because I think he was definitely out after losing to Iceland because they had a 1-0 lead. They scored in the 4th minute. Wayne Rooney converts a penalty, so everything's looking great. Okay, we got a cakewalk here. We got the easiest team in the tournament. We should be, everything's okay. And then Iceland scored in the 6th minute right away. So it's 1-1 right away. And then Iceland scored in the 18th minute. And then it's like, oh my God, we're losing to Iceland? And then no team scoring in the second half or anything, ends up being 2-1, and England are out. So that's definitely a shock. Iceland, a country with only 313,000 people in the whole country. Yeah. You look at England, 50 million people.
I think it was there's 350 people for every one person in England, I think it said.
Yeah. So we have England out of Europe 2 times in 1 week.
That's good. I like that, Ben.
Well, with leaving the European Union. So.
You didn't have to. The joke's not funny, Ben.
I know. I've been saving that one too.
Oh Lord. Okay.
So against France, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. Okay. France played Ireland in the round of 16. Ireland got a penalty actually in the 2nd minute. That game was on Sunday. I watched it. So they got a penalty
win by France.
Yeah, 2-1 win by France. Ireland got a penalty right away. So France basically started the game down 1-0. They really showed great rebounding skills there to come back. Antoine Griezmann scores 2 goals within 3 minutes in the second half. He almost had a hat trick. He had a shot saved. So France definitely looked like a great team. The one thing that worries me about France going forward, because they would play the winner of Germany-Italy next, is that their back four is really, really shaky. I mean, at the center back position with Koscielny is definitely great. But other than that, you have really a toss-up there. Evra and Sagna on the wings are kind of shaky sometimes at the fullback positions. I think that's going to be the one downfall. You look at the midfield, absolutely stellar. You look at the front three. You look at Payet, Griezmann. Maybe they put Kingsley Coman in there with Giroud. Definitely outstanding. So the one thing that's going to hurt France in this tournament is going to be the back four, and they're going to be tested in their next game if they come out on Iceland, which it's been great for Iceland. They have a great run, but I think it's, show's over.
Okay. So then that looks like you have Belgium, and I think what you said would be Portugal.
Yeah, so I have Belgium, Portugal.
Germany, France.
And what do you think?
I can't argue with you on that.
Okay.
I want Iceland to win again, though, because it's fun.
That would be the greatest story.
I think it's fun to just keep hearing this announcer.
That'd be their announcer went crazy yesterday, too.
I know.
But that would be the greatest story. I think that'd be greater than like Leicester City winning the Premier League last year. If Iceland were to somehow get to the semifinals, beating England, beating France. Like, Iceland has not officially lost a game in the tournament. 2 draws and a win in the group stage. So Iceland, regardless of even getting to the last 8, the quarterfinal here, outstanding. My hat goes off to Iceland. They've been by far the biggest surprise of the tournament. So
very
great
impressive
for them. Do you see their manager?
What about him?
He's a dentist. He's a full-time dentist.
He's a part-time coach, full-time dentist. That's funny.
I mean, their manager's a dentist, and they're in the last 8 of the Euro 2016. It's unbelievable.
That just shows you what heart can do, man.
Yeah, and then as far as, like, if you look at somehow the semifinal possibility there, I definitely have France going through. And then whether they play Germany or Italy, I said Germany. I know you're saying Germany as well. But, man, that would be, in my opinion, the best game so far, no matter who they play. I could see either of those teams winning, either of those 3 somehow combos definitely getting to the finals against Belgium. So
okay, well, yeah, I'm super interested to see. Of course, I'm going to keep my updates on the. My updates are going to be on my phone, I guess. But we're going to have the semifinals set for you guys by our next show, which will be next Tuesday. So unfortunately, we are not with you guys until then. So we'll have to inform you the best we can up until then.
Yeah, maybe on our sports show on Thursday we could do some sort of update because one game will be
we'll have played, yes. But we'll take our last quick break here and a word from our sponsors here at the Golden State Media Concepts Soccer Podcast. So don't go anywhere, and Ben and I will be right back.
Do you want to be healthier, yet you just don't know what to do? All these shows telling you this and that, but nothing seems to work. Well, listen close. Golden State Media Concepts has got something great for you. The Health and Wellness Podcast dedicated to workout trends, healthy eating habits, diet, and everything about healthy living. Join us in our banters as we help you not just live life to the fullest, but live it to the healthiest.
And welcome back to the Golden State Media Concept Soccer Podcast after that lovely, healthy little commercial there. So Ben's going to hit us with some transfer news, some of the little stuff that we have to cover, and we're going to get out of your guys' hair. So, Ben, what do you got for us?
Yeah, so a couple of quick transfers here. We're going to talk about the United States finishing 4th at Copa America, what it means for the country.
Yeah, it's real quick, a little quick stuff.
Yeah, really quick. So one of our quick hitters here for transfer-wise goes is we have a new man going to Anfield, Alex. So Sadio Mane, who now formerly of Southampton, is moving to Liverpool. So the fee is to be believed around £34 million, which the record for the club is £35 million, which they paid to Andy Carroll, who is actually not even a member of the team anymore. He's now a member of West Ham. So Andy Carroll did not really turn up really well at Liverpool. But hopefully Mane will for Liverpool. So they about £34 million according to the BBC Sports.
It's a pretty penny.
So he was at Southampton, as we mentioned, and Mane has quite a history. He scored a hat-trick against Liverpool last year, so they definitely don't want that to happen, so they bring him in. He's a winger. He can play either on the left side or the right side. Mane also holds the Premier League record for the fastest hat-trick, which he did 2 years ago. I believe he did it in like 8 minutes.
Wow.
So he had a hat-trick in about 8 minutes.
Dear Lord.
And, he's from Senegal. He's a really quick, really fast guy, a good goal scorer. Going to be wearing number 19 for the Reds out in Liverpool. And I know it's just the start of work for Jurgen. For Liverpool here, and they'll have to see what we can do. I know they're going to be making a lot more transfers here. Jurgen Klopp, the manager, what I was going to say.
Oh yeah,
he's
Jurgen Klopp.
He's the manager for Liverpool. He's not done. It's just starting out here. So Mane, the first man to go to Anfield under Jurgen Klopp.
All right. What else you got for me, Ben?
So another one. This deal has happened. Has not too recently. It's been announced, but everyone knew it was going to happen. So Dani Alves, the Brazilian right back, who basically is a Brazilian legend at right back. He played for Barcelona for a number of seasons now. He is making the transfer to Juventus, the Italian side. Juventus making a lot of big-name moves. So they brought in Miralem Pjanic. Now they bring in Dani Alves, the right back there. He's a great attacking player. He won. Go ahead.
I got a little fun thing on that.
Okay, he won 6 La Liga titles with Barcelona. He won 3 Champions League titles with Barcelona. He's a great player, and he's going to really add to that back four there with Chiellini. And, he really is a great player. I think he's going to help them out. They're trying to go for European glory in the Italian League. They've won it 5 years in a row, so I think that's definitely set in stone that they're the favorites to win Serie A. But they're thinking more European standards there, trying to go towards the Champions League. So.
Okay, well,
what were you going to say?
Little fun thing is Dani Alves actually just announced he will be wearing the number 23 jersey
Yes,
shirt,
the kit number. Yeah.
to honor LeBron James. He's someone he admires. He actually, funny enough, the Brazilian international wore number 6 last season, the same number James wore while in Miami, but before he reclaimed the number 23. So I think that's a little funny that he's gonna.
He loves LeBron.
Yeah, man, he's somebody he admires. But I'm sorry, let me kick it back over to you, Ben, and let you finish some of your little chat for news, man.
So another quick one.
Best pun of the day.
Just
Boom.
happened today, actually.
Yes,
so
it did.
Unai Emery is in as the new manager of PSG. So the French side let go of Laurent Blanc recently.
Excuse me.
Really a good manager. He had success with them in the French league. They're really the dominant team. Kind of like a one-trick pony there in the French league. PSG dominates it. But he really struggled in the Champions League. Did not really get them past the quarterfinals. So he is out, and Unai Emery is in. He used to coach for Sevilla. He's the manager that had Sevilla win the last 3 Europa League titles. Mm-hmm. So the Europa League, Alex, it's like a minor league to the Champions League.
I'm familiar.
So if you finish, like 5th or 6th in some of the big name leagues, like if you were to finish 5th or 6th in the Premier League, you'd get a Europa League spot. If you get ousted in the Champions League group stage, you go down to the Europa League. So it's kind of like the minor leagues of the Champions League. So Sevilla, under Emery, had won the last 3. So now he's moving to PSG, where he's going to be in a great position. Definitely the dominant team in France, and we'll have to see what they can do in the Champions League.
Yeah, he was linked with the Everton coaching spot, too, for a while.
Definitely a step up in PSG than Everton. So
Yeah, I would say so, too. But don't forget, too, that he's not an unproven guy either. So it's definitely interesting to see where he's going to go with this. He did oversee 3 consecutive Europa League titles with Sevilla, and they made the Copa del Rey finals in the previous 2 campaigns. He was the coach there. So,
yeah, he has some glory, and he's definitely taking a step up with PSG now, more on a European powerhouse. So.
Yeah, they're a fun team to watch. They really
yeah,
are.
great team. They're going to need a new trigger man in the center with Ibrahimovic leaving.
Yes.
So I think maybe Cavani will step in.
Hey, where's
front.
Ibrahimovic going?
He's going to Man United.
Hey, okay. What else we have before we get into a little bit of United States soccer news?
That's about it. So I want to talk about the United States. So they
Okay.
finished 4th at the Copa America. I think when you look at finishing 4th in a tournament, you kind of look at that as a disappointment. But I think for the United States, that's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
They really weren't looked at as the 4th best team in the tournament. So to finish 4th, I think, is definitely a step ahead. They had a disappointing loss in the semifinals to Argentina. They lost 4-0. They didn't even take a shot, Alex. Not a shot on goal, but a shot. Period.
Like they didn't even kick it from just mid field.
If I were them, like we don't even have a shot, guys. If I got the ball midfield, I would have just launched one to say we took a shot. But anyway, so they didn't even take a shot. Really disappointing result there. But finishing 4th, I think that's something that they can kind of build upon as they go towards World Cup in 2 years. Trying to build soccer in this nation. We're not really a soccer nation. Trying to build it up with results like that, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it was a good finish for them. It was definitely something they needed, especially with the kind of weird start they had to this tournament. So I'm proud of the way they finished. I wish they could have got that 3rd spot. They only tied their best finish ever with the 4th place finish there, but it was excluding that unfortunate loss. Yeah, I would say Otherwise, they had entertaining games to watch. They really did.
Absolutely. I think this sort of can help build soccer in this nation. I think it's never going to reign supreme. I think football is always going to reign supreme behind basketball, baseball, but I think soccer's right there.
Oh, I thought you were saying basketball is number 1. I was like, whoa.
No, football. American football.
Baseball, basketball, then soccer.
I think it can kind of build momentum here with results like this. People getting more into it, but I don't think it'll ever reign supreme because if you look at some of the lower societies in the world, you don't really have soccer fields there. You have basketball hoops. You have grass where people can play football. You have a baseball and a bat. You don't really have soccer goals and posts and everything in like the poverty levels. You don't have kids growing up playing it really.
As you do in the more European
Yeah, it's more
countries.
looked at as like a middle class younger sport as opposed to, you mentioned some of the smaller countries where soccer is really everything in places like Brazil or Argentina. So, I mean,
they're playing in dirt fields and
playing
have a
without
soccer ball
playing
wherever
without
they are.
shoes on.
Yeah.
So I think it can definitely help, but I don't think it'll ever reign supreme. But they can definitely build on this as the World Cup comes up in 2 years, and hopefully we can see a good finish from the United States again. I thought they had a good tournament. I really was happy with the 4th place finish.
Yeah, me too. And it's definitely not something I thought they would get. But we'll have to see. I have to wait till the Olympics, see if they can do better. But we're done today, and unfortunately for the week here at the Golden State Media Concepts Soccer Podcast. So as always, you can find us on the GSMCpodcast.com. You can find us on Facebook at the Golden State Media Concepts Soccer Podcast, as well as on Twitter and Instagram at the GSMC_soccer Twitter account, as well as YouTube now as well. We want to say that because we don't have another show until Tuesday, to have a safe 4th of July weekend, to stay safe out there and have a fun one. Like I said, I'm going to be up at the lake. I'm not watching the game, so I'll be with just.
I guarantee mine will be better than yours.
Only because you're going to be watching the game, is that why?
No, because I'm going to be working.
Oh, you mean you guarantee that mine will be better than yours?
No, mine will be better.
Because you're okay. Well,
I'm just kidding. Yeah,
no.
I get the pleasure of working all 3 days: Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So
I'm off all 3 of those days, and I have the pleasure of hanging out with awesome friends and my girlfriend. So it's gonna be a fun time. But anyway, Ben, we have to part ways and bid day adieu.
I like how you did that.
Thanks, man.
That was great.
I'll kick it back over to you for a second. You have anything else you want to say?
Oh, you're going to kick it to me, huh? Not
Yes,
really.
I can.
Hopefully, everyone has a safe weekend, as Alex mentioned, if you're here in the United States. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy some of these great games coming up here in the next few days. We're going to have recap and breakdown of the semifinals for our next episode, and anything else that comes up in the world of soccer football that we can talk about on the GSMC Soccer Show.
Yeah, as always, I am Alex.
And I'm Ben.
And we will see you guys next week.
Have a good week. Bye, guys.